My name is Dr. Claire Musselman. I am out of the metropolis known as Des Moines, Iowa, and I am the Chief Risk Officer of an industrial services company, as well as a professor at Drake University. I am also a writer for Bloom Magazine, Just Begin Magazine, and a monthly contributor for workerscompensation.com, captive.com, and I have a bi-monthly article or column called Coffee and Conversations that is hosted on the InTouch platform. And I am also a public speaker. So let's just keep adding it up. Prior to the pandemic, I was not sleeping much at all. I am a go, 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 chronic overachiever. How much can I stack into my day? Can I make every half hour meaningful and purpose-driven in some capacity? And so sleep was not a priority at all. And I would say maybe 4 to 5 hours a night tops, and just, over caffeine, wine to sleep, caffeine to wake up, not the healthiest that I should have been. When I finished my doctorate, that was when I realized I had a gallbladder issue. And when I was explaining my sleeping patterns, as well as like the chronic coffee, the chronic wine, it did not yield towards a healthy, optimal outcome. And so that was where I started to really pay attention to sleep. And I started to try and do a better job of actually getting more sleep. But as we know, getting more sleep does not necessarily mean that it's quality sleep. So I have been making it a conscious effort that I'm at least getting 7 hours, which is a very good addition. And that's kind of around the same time that I found Delta, and have absolutely loved the experience with Delta. So I am now down to 0 or possibly 1 during the middle of the night, where before it would be probably 3-4 times a night. Mainly, I think I would be really anxious about like my alarm going off in a timely manner. And so I would get up and want to go find my phone and check it to make sure that how many more hours can I get? And then, you start counting down, okay, if I go to sleep now, I can get 2 hours of sleep, or I can get 3 hours more of sleep. And that has changed drastically. Again, with my use of Delta, it makes it so that maybe once a night, if I have consumed copious amounts of hydrating fluids, a lot of water before I go to sleep, I'll probably wake up once a night. Otherwise, I don't. And I sleep soundly through the night, and it is a very heavy sleep. But I have noticed I don't drink nearly as much coffee as I used to. I'm not drinking any wine anymore. So there have been some significant shifts in my overall health as a result. No, so Delta is the only thing that I am taking. And what I tend to do is I keep it in my fridge, and I'll take it. And then when I head upstairs, because my kitchen is in my second level, or the first level of my house, not my bedroom is in my second level. And so I take it at night, I go upstairs, I take a really hot bath, like as hot as I can possibly make the water, usually Epsom salt. And then, because you're supposed to take it about a half an hour before you fall asleep. So couple that with taking the Delta, and then I am lights out by the time I get over to my bed. Sometimes I'll read, but I haven't needed it lately. And so It's just awesome. It's like, all right, I could do something else, but I don't need it. So lights out, and then 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and I'm done for the night. It's fantastic. But I think the other thing that I've really enjoyed about it in getting like better quality of sleep is that I don't need 17 cups of coffee to wake up in the morning. And that's egregious. It wasn't 17, but I would have a lot of coffee, and now 2 before I go to work. And then I don't usually drink caffeine throughout the day anymore. So that's been a huge shift because it was constant. Yeah, so I was super excited. And I will tell you, I haven't had dreams that I could remember. If I was dreaming, I have not remembered them in years. Wow. And when I got my first package of Delta, I started dreaming again. And that was when I knew. I was like, oh, something's different here. Like, this is actually kicking me into legitimate quality sleep. And so it's been interesting to have dreams and then, try and figure out what your dreams mean. But that was something that was also a pretty big shift it was, okay, this is a lot deeper of sleep. But then I've also noticed, like, when I wake up, like, that was awesome. Like, I slept hard, and it is consistently like that. I sleep hard every night instead of having light nights and then really heavy days. It's just a consistently like quality sleep. So I ended up switching up a lot of my creativity times more of the morning, and it makes it a lot easier because I can hit focus much sooner. So I like to wake up and meditate, and then it's right into creative flow because that's my more optimal circadian rhythm. And so that is really helpful to be able to wake up refreshed and then just kind of like meditate to get set for the day. And then like my day starts quite abruptly where it's like, all right, it's go time. Let's get this stuff done. Let's build content. Let's get our class notes ready for the day, right? Whatever it is. And then it's go time right in the beginning. And I think that in using Delta, it has helped me really transition into having, right, this was quality sleep time. Now it's time to get up and go into quality and productively setting the tone for my morning. I absolutely would recommend Delta to my personal connections. I'm always fascinated by how many people either like are watching copious amounts of TV before they go to bed or will doom scroll, even waking up in the middle of the night and start doom scrolling. Like I never wake up in the middle of the night. So when I hear that, I'm always fascinated. Like, oh, I don't wake up in the middle of the night. Or I've heard people that'll wake up in the middle of the night and watch movies. And like, oh no, it is sleep time. So we can be productive. So I would recommend Delta to anyone that's having any type of sleep issues to begin with, but also my friends that are uber productive where you are managing multiple habits during the day. We all have a very, it's a finite amount of time that we have to be productive during the day, and how you want to use that time is up to you. And I think that this has really helped set the tone for optimal productivity from my standpoint. And it is so anyone that wants to really optimize your day, it starts at night by getting a quality night's sleep and having your routine the night before to propel you through the day ahead. You got it. I think one thing that I would add is that when we think about sleep, we think about how it's supposed to be repairing our bodies. And the one thing that I've loved about Brain Luxury is I feel like it's feeding my brain while everything else is repairing itself. This is when my brain gets the time to repair itself as well in like a more enhanced way. So like we give ourselves food to try and continue the energy cycles with our bodies, what kind of content we take in from an educational standpoint or a perspective from media of how we really look at our body from a body, mind, spirit. And I really think that Delta is that additional like oomph that really helps restore the brain cells, the connectivity, and makes us just have a better overall quality of life.